You might already know that we usually use hope for things that are real or likely, and we usually use wish for things that are unreal or unlikely. But if that's true, why do we say things like, "I wish you good luck"? Wouldn't that mean that we think that good luck isn't likely or isn't possible? I'm Teacher Mike, and today we are talking about the verbs hope and wish. These are verbs that can be tricky to use because, first of all, there are just lots of different ways to use them. Secondly, some languages only have one word that they use for both of them, but in English we have two words that we use differently. And third, even when you think that you understand them, you still might find situations where the way that we use them doesn't really follow the rules that you've learned. For example, if someone says, "I wish you good luck," that just means that they want you to have good luck. It doesn't mean that they think that good luck is unlikely or impossible. So my goal today is to help you understand what the main differences are between these two verbs and when to use each of them. We're first going to talk about how we use hope and wish for real and unreal situations, and then we're going to talk about a few of the other ways that we use them. So again, the biggest difference between hope and wish is that hope is usually used for things that we think are possible or really might happen, whereas wish is usually used for things that we think are impossible or probably not going to happen. For example, if you say, "I hope I pass my exam," that shows that you believe that passing the exam really is possible. But if you've already failed the exam 2 or 3 times, and now you're starting to feel like maybe you'll never be able to pass it, then you might say, "I wish I could pass the exam." This also means that hope often expresses a more positive feeling because we think that something good might happen, whereas wish sometimes expresses a more negative feeling because we know that something that we want to happen is probably not going to happen. Another example, if it's been raining all day and you think it's possible that it will stop raining soon, and you want it to stop raining soon, then you can say, "I hope it stops raining soon." This doesn't mean that it will stop raining soon, but it does show that you want that to happen and you believe that it's possible for that to happen. But if it's clear that it's not going to stop raining anytime soon, then you could say, "I wish it would stop raining." This sentence shows that you think that it's probably not going to happen and that you're probably a little bit annoyed or disappointed. Also, notice that we have "it stops raining," which looks like we're talking about the present. Most of the time, when using hope to talk about the future, this is the structure that we use. I hope, present simple. And it's like saying, "I want this to happen," or "this will make me happy." We usually only add the word "will" when we really want to focus on one specific action, especially when it's an action that someone can control. For example, if you are very late to work, your boss might say, "I hope that this will not happen again." That's basically a softer way of saying, "Do not ever do this again." Or another example, if you are finding this video useful, I hope you will hit the like button. That's just another way of saying, if you are finding this video useful, please hit the like button. Adding the word "will" is also much more common in formal situations, so most of the time, no will. And in the example with wish, notice how I said, "I wish it would stop raining." When we are just imagining an unreal situation, that we think would be nice, we usually use I wish past simple. For example, I wish I had a car. That basically means that I don't have a car, and I don't expect to have one anytime soon. But having one would be nice. Or she wishes that she were taller. That basically means that she's not as tall as she would like to be, and she knows that that's not going to change. But when there is something that is annoying or frustrating and we want it to be different in the future, then we usually use I wish, subject, would, verb. I wish my dog would stop digging holes in the garden. This means that currently my dog often digs holes in my garden. This is annoying, and I want my dog to stop doing it. And yes, you could also just use I wish past simple and say, I wish my dog didn't dig holes in my garden. However, that sentence is more just about imagining something, whereas the sentence with would focuses more on the fact that you are annoyed. But now, let's look at some situations where we use these words a bit differently. The example I gave in the beginning was, I wish you good luck. You might also see or hear, I wish you all the best, or wishing you a speedy recovery. In these examples, the word wish does not mean that something is imaginary, unlikely, or impossible. I wish you something and wishing you something are just polite and somewhat formal ways of telling someone that you are sending them positive thoughts. Also, keep in mind that because these are somewhat formal, they're mostly used in writing. We also sometimes use hope this way. For example, I hope you have a nice trip, or I hope you're doing well. In those examples, although we have the word hope, we aren't actually focusing on whether something is possible or likely. And although using wish this way is not very common in everyday conversation, using hope this way is common. There's also I wish to, which we use with a verb. This is another one where, although we're using the word wish, we aren't actually talking about something that is imaginary, unlikely, or impossible. In fact, it's basically just a formal way of saying, I'd like to. And we mostly use it in formal requests and formal announcements. So in formal situations, you might see or hear things like, I wish to extend my congratulations, or I wish to express my sincere appreciation. But remember, because it's formal, you won't usually hear it used this way in everyday conversation. And again, the goal of this video was really just to teach you the main differences between these words, not to teach you every single way that we use them in a sentence. So if you'd like to learn more about the grammar and the different sentence structures that we use them in, make sure to watch these videos right here.